shipping changes.
Hey, happy September everybody. Welcome into the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. And something I get asked about probably on a weekly basis almost is private label buying overseas, China primarily and specifically from Alibaba or Aliexpress. Now, this is something I've done in the past and I haven't done it in many years, probably the better part of 2 or 3 years since I've done it. Why? Well, it's kind of not a business model that I like. So let's backtrack to the beginning and explain just what is it that I'm talking about and how do you do it? Well, number one is you're basically buying generic items that are unbranded, unnamed, and you're gonna put your own name on them. And I always like to use my candle that sits on our table that I film at as an example. Let's say that you've decided that there's a great market for candles and you are gonna buy a bunch of these in bulk and bring them in, and you're gonna call them Casey's candles or Stacy's candles or Joe's candles or whatever it may be. And so you're gonna order 100 of these and you find them on Alibaba, Aliexpress, or a similar site, which I'm gonna take you over to my computer, show you in just a minute, and show you how it works. But let's say that you found that these candles will sell for $20, $25. People love these candles, they're willing to spend $20, $25. Now, we all know everybody buys Yankee candles and all that kind of stuff, but just stay with me on this one. You're gonna get 20, 25 bucks for these. So you find them on one of these websites for like $2, $3 from China direct. Awesome, that's fantastic. You're like, those margins work for me, I'm gonna get them, I'm gonna list them, I'm gonna sell them. Now, there's good and bad on this. Obviously, you're buying something in a huge quantity, you don't have to go source it. When you list it, you get to put up one listing and you put up 100 at a time or 50 or whatever you bought. It could be 10,000 quantity if you have the money to fund that kind of capital. So, here's the problem with it. When somebody goes shopping for candles, everyone knows what Yankee Candle is, right? Everyone goes to the mall because they want Yankee Candle. They don't know what Joe's candles or Stacy's candles are. They've never heard of it. I've explained this in other videos. And so that's what private labeling is. It's your label that nobody knows. When they go on Amazon and search for candles, red candle, red cherry candle, yours isn't going to show up in the best match because your brand has no sales history, it has no search history, it has no ranking. It's basically way down the list. When we talk about Amazon product ranking, that's what we're talking about. So when you search for other things, you're gonna come up with those Yankee Candle results because they've sold hundreds and thousands and millions of candles. And so what you have to do in order to get in front of people is buy advertising from Amazon, buy Google advertising, buy Facebook or Instagram ads, you know, those sponsored ads that you see run down, and that's how the new age of selling private label products works. You certainly could get lucky and sell some, but generally you won't sell any unless you put money into advertising and marketing and time and effort. And so you're gonna have to spend all that money, bring the inventory in, and then hope and pray that you sell some or pay to sponsor it. So this is why when we talk about private label, we talk about needing money. And so that's basically how it works, long story short. So the question that I get all the time is somebody that's decided, okay, I have money, I have capital, I'm willing to go in on it, and I'm willing to do all of this. So two of the reasons that I don't do it is one, it's an exorbitant amount of money. Could I spend the money? Sure. Do I think it's the best use of my money? No. I think pallets and other things and bulk inventory and me buying thousands of ties at once, or you know, even thrifting or electronics is much better use of my money. So that's one reason. The second reason, the generic goods, it's just not a business model I like. I don't like trying to promote my own stuff. I never really thought of having my own branded products, just not the route I wanted to go. But for some of you it might be. And if you have the money, the experience, the marketing, and the will, and the you know, want to do this, then you're gonna have to use sites like Alibaba, Aliexpress, and there's other sites of course that you can use, but those are probably the two most popular. So what I wanted to do is, if you've gone down that route, if you're prepared to do this, but you don't know how to use the sites or you've never used them, I wanna show you a little quick how-to on my computer screen. I'll screen grab it, I'll record it, and I'll put it up at the end of this video. So let's fast forward through this over to how to use these sites, how to source them, how to find good sellers, how to negotiate the shipping. I'm not gonna do like a 3-hour how-to, I'm gonna do a quick one, but you will get the general idea. And then if you have further questions, there are of course tons of other YouTube videos, Google it, or you are welcome to ask in the comment section down below, or email me or ask anybody else that may know how to do this. So we'll check that out. And then finally, once you get to the point of you bought the merchandise, you brought the goods in, how to list it on Amazon, how to create your first Amazon listing, how to add a new product. That's all included in my Amazon A to Z course, which will also be linked down below as well. It's a full video course on how to create products, how to do product rankings, how to do all that stuff through Amazon, and how to get your first item up for sale, whether you do FBM or whether you send it into FBA. So something to think about grabbing down below, and it is on sale right now. I put it on sale until the 1st of this month, until the end of August, 1st of September. So I told everyone they would have midnight through now until Labor Day for the Labor Day weekend to grab it, so make sure you do take advantage of that. Let's go over and check out Alibaba and see just how you source and how you shop and how you find maybe some red candles really cheap on this website. Okay, so I brought us over to Aliexpress, which is the first one. Now, Aliexpress is more for the everyday consumer, buying, maybe some products you want for your kid's birthday. You want to buy 20 necklaces to give away or something like that. You can almost buy one of anything. This is kind of the smaller level of things. I'm going to focus on Alibaba because this is the one where you want to buy more bulk purchases, more wholesale. And I just went ahead and searched for iPad shockproof case. I just picked that, no particular reason. And you can scroll down and see everything that's shockproof. Now, you can search for any item just like you'd be searching for it on any other platform. So as we scroll down, it kind of gives you an idea of like the per price piece. And it gives you a range because the more you order, the cheaper that they'll give it to you. And even if you're buying enough, they'll even go cheaper than some of these prices. Sometimes they'll negotiate. The other great thing is if you contact the supplier, sometimes they'll let you buy a sample order. So like if we look, for example, on this shockproof case for an iPad mini, the minimum order is 50 pieces at $5.50 to $6.20. So if you order 50 pieces, they're going to charge you $6.20. It's going to be like $310, something like that. If you order more, they'll give it to you for $5.50, and of course you can negotiate some as well. Let's say that you just want to try it out and you want to order 10. Well, they might be willing to do that for like $7 a piece or $7.50 a piece, a little bit more money. But that gives you an idea where you can spend just a tiny bit of money to see if it's something that's going to sell. And then if it sells, you can go ahead and make a bigger order and save some money. If it doesn't, well, then you saved your money and you can try to get rid of the ones that you have and not be out too much money or not have wasted too much time on a bad selling product. Now, some products are going to be a quarter. Some products might be $1.50. You can see all these different ranges and different minimum order pieces. 50 to 100 pieces is typical for medium. Our minimums. Here's one that the minimum order is just one piece. They don't care. They'll charge you the shipping and make up for it. 10 pieces, 100 pieces. This one wants you to order 200 pieces. So all normal things that I would expect to see. So I went ahead and just opened up this silicone case that says $296 to $315 a piece. Open that up. And this is where you want to pay attention to the seller. So if you order 2 items to 199 items, it's going to cost you $315 a piece. If you go 200 to 2,000, it's $307. You save 8 cents a piece. And if you go over 2,000 pieces, you can get it for $2.96 a unit, which would be almost $3,000. Almost $6,000 if you order that much. And then over here, as we look at the buyer, they're in Shenzhen. This is a Chinese company in Shenzhen. They give you their name. They've been on 5 years. Okay, this second tab right here is a gold supplier. That means kind of like our top-rated seller. Call it like a, like they do good business. If you click on it, you have to have a membership to see everything. But gold suppliers means they have on-site checks, support trade assurance. This is kind of their backup. Verified suppliers. So they have all good relationships. That's a good thing, obviously. The third one, trade assurance. If you click on that, again, you can click on any of these and it'll kind of tell you what trade assurance is. And when you're on Alibaba, trade assurance, how it works, and nothing's really loading right now. I don't know why. I think it's the website, not my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is working. Not sure why the trade assurance explanation is not loading. But essentially, oh, here you go. Basically, this is peace of mind, product quality, on-time shipments, purchase with convenience, payment security, extended support, convenient options. You can use Visa, credit card, all that. And so you want to buy from a seller that has that, right? And so Meta World Peace, you might remember him as a professional basketball player. He buys for his company called The Panda's Friend, Industrials and Apparel, and the country is the U.S., and he uses China to supply his stuff. So that's trade assurance. The third one is their their numbers that they do in sales. And so this one is 3.5 diamonds. And that means that they are doing $500,000 to $3 million. I believe this is dollars. And then it goes all the way up to doing, higher amounts of transaction volume. So that's good. They're pretty high in that. They have 15 5-star reviews. Their response rate is a little low, 93.9. I definitely want to see 95% or higher on that. They've done $320,000 in the last 6 months for 116 transactions. So they do about $740,000 a year on Alibaba. And then they have a 93.6% agreed upon delivery time rate in the last 180 days. Again, I'd like to see that a little higher. So it looks like they have a little bit of slow time responding and delivering, but they do have good revenues and good reviews. So not too bad. Now, this is a really important part because you're shipping from China, remember. Once you start your order and you put in the quantity that you want, it's going to estimate the price. Now, one piece or two pieces, whatever their minimum over here is, has estimated at $17.09. So if that's based on two pieces, which I'm assuming it is, that would be $8 a unit to get them here. Now that sounds like a lot, $8 to ship an iPad case. Well, for us in the US, that's probably a $3 ship, right? So $8 from China, not too bad. If you were to bump this up and you were to buy these 200 units to get $3.07 pricing, so you could buy it for $614, 200 units might only end up costing you $1 a unit, right? So you have to factor that into what you're paying. You might be paying $3.07 a unit for 200 units, but you're actually going to end up spending like $4 because it's going to cost you somewhere probably, if I had to guess, around 50 cents to $1 per unit at that thing. Now we could sit here, and say that we wanted, 70 units of black and 70 units of green and 60 units of this peach. And so we're going to get it for $307, but look, the shipment, the total price, right, is $614, and the ship to United States says to be negotiated. Lead time is 4 days. That means they ship within 4 days, and you'll have to contact them for the shipping negotiation price. Now, they should have that on there. I don't know why it's not popping up, but you could contact them. They'll give you a shipping quote. Assuming it's like 50 cents to $1 a unit, you'd be looking at something like $100, $150 shipping. I'm not sure. Depends on where they are. Depends on what service they use, all that good stuff. But anyways, it gives you your subtotal on your 200 pieces. So that's pretty cool. If you were to increase it here and you start buying, 2,000 units, well, now you get it for $296 and it's $5,920. So there you go. You can scroll down. You can see the more information about it. They have a little video description, which is pretty cool. They have their best-selling products in case you're interested in something else. You can look at their brand. You can look at all the other information about them. They have pictures, just like you would expect to see on like Amazon or eBay. They have company introduction, 10 years in business. They have some frequently asked questions. They have their shipping time. Estimated time shipped from China, depending on what they use. DHL is 3 to 7 days, plus that 4-day lead time. The China-Hong Kong Post, 15 to 60 days. They have Russia-Brazil for strict customs. The tracking service, so they give you all that information, and that's their certificate. Here's their company, so they have some pictures of their team at what looks like a conference, an expedition, and then they have pictures of inside their factory. So this is pretty cool too. This is giving you, kind of more of a personal, in-depth look, and you can see them producing the cases right here. So that's awesome. And then some final information, and then you can write to them. They give you their contact name. It's Christina Chen. And then you can ask her about quantity and other questions that you have. What would the shipping be? Can I do other colors? Can I mix a couple different cases that you have? You could ask all those questions, and she responds 93.9% of the time. 94% basically within a reasonable amount of time. So if you don't get a response from her, just send another message. I'm sure she would respond. But this is just one company. And so then they also offer customized logos right here, right? So you can get your logos customized. If you're private labeling them with Casey's Cases, you could have that, just like Otterbox would have a giant otter and their logo printed on here. You can have that done too. Now, some of these companies, and you have to ask them, they don't think most of them advertise this, you can have them not only logo it for you and customize the packaging, they will ship directly to Amazon for you. Now, I do not recommend this immediately. You want to get their product in, inspect it, make sure it's good, make sure it's what you want, handle it yourself. once you do some orders with somebody, if it goes well and you're selling stuff and things look good and their product is good and their logo and their customizing is good, then you could work out a deal where you're like, hey, let's just skip the middleman, stop shipping to me because I'm having to pay that $200 shipping to get it to me, and then I'm spending money to ship it to Amazon. Here's my Amazon shipping address. Go ahead and bill me for it and ship it directly to the warehouse. Some of them will do it, some of them will not. So you have to ask and inquire. But that's all there is to Alibaba. I mean, it seems really overwhelming, and it's not. I mean, if I wanted to make this order right now with nothing else and just say ship it to me, I love what I see. It's great. There's the colors. Bang, I'll pay my $500, $600, $6,000, whatever it might be. And we'll go to town, you know, with this $614 order, ship it right to the house, and you've got your order, your first Alibaba order in place in your house. 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Allow 14 to 21 days. Remember, 4-day lead time. They're estimating, 5 to 7 days on most of them, 7 to 10 days. So 2 weeks is normal, 3 weeks. Sometimes it just depends on customs and the hold times and all that sort of stuff. So I recommend you pay with a credit card if possible, so you can do a chargeback in the rare event that you were to get scammed, if they didn't ship, if it showed up like junk, if it showed up damaged, if customs took it, anything like that. Definitely credit card it 100%. But that's Alibaba in a nutshell. It's very easy. Just like shopping on eBay or Amazon, and the only difference is sometimes you have to wait to chat with the Chinese people, and a lot of times if you contact them and you get an email or message back from them, you can ask them for their Skype name or possibly their WhatsApp if you use WhatsApp, and they'll give that to you. That way you don't have to wait, lead times for them to message back and forth. You can just jump on a Skype call or a WhatsApp chat, and you can message all day with them. In fact, one of my friends who does importing from China, he sits on WhatsApp with Chinese people all day and just messages back and forth, getting quotes, getting prices, getting shipping, and then making orders. So there you go, guys. How to use Alibaba to import products to sell on eBay or Amazon. And if you have any questions, of course, use that comment section. And if you're looking to start selling on Amazon, make sure you pick up the course before the Labor Day weekend is over, before that sale price is lifted, and it will be linked down below. Thanks as always for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and stay tuned to this channel for more helpful videos. And if you have any friends, family, or coworker colleagues that might be interested in doing something like this, share the video with them. That's the best thing you can do for us that post videos on YouTube, is share it with people that are interested. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.